Hey everyone, so this evening I thought I'd give my first tutorial a whirl. I'm going to do an eye look because in one of the last videos I did, I kind of says leave me any suggestions below, and the only thing that was really requested was a nighttime eye look. So I thought what I do with it coming up to Christmas and that, a lot of people going out after work, Christmas dues and that kind of thing. So I thought I'd show you, this is my makeup from today, and I just thought I'd show you how I would kind of ramp it up for nighttime. And again, I kind of wanted to do it slightly kind of on a budget because I know it's Christmas, we don't have very much money to spend on ourselves. So these are the tools I'm using. The foreshadows I'm going to use are all from MUA because they're amazing quality for value for money quality, you know. And the four shades I'm going to use are, they're Pearl in shade 2, Pearl in shade 12, Pearl in shade 15, and lastly is Pearl in shade 14. So they're the shades I'm going to be using. I'm going to do quite a dark smoky eye. Along with that, the mascara I'm going to use is from W7. It's their Big Lash Mascara. The eyelash curlers are the e.l.f. ones, which I think are brilliant. And then the brushes I'm going to be using are a mixture of Sigma and e.l.f. So I have the e.l.f. pencil brush, the e.l.f. regular shadow brush, the Sigma E40 tapered blending, the Sigma E25 blending, I use that today, sorry it's grubby, and the E50 large fluff brush. So they're what I'm going to be using. So I'll get cracking. As I say, this is my makeup from today, so it's kind of worn down a little bit, but I already have like my primer, my base and all that on, so I'll just go straight into it and just make it kind of more of a nighttime look. So the first thing I would do is I'd take the shade 2 and just get the big fluff brush, and I would just go straight in there and just highlight my eyebrows with that. My brow bone, I suppose. And it's just the most beautiful highlight. It's not too stark, but yeah, it just gives your eyes a perfectly highlighted, kind of pearly, gorgeous finish. So it really works. I've actually used this as my cheek highlight as well when I've been stuck. So that's what I would do with that. Now, I've looked at a lot of YouTube videos as to how people do their makeup, and I do mine slightly different to most people, so I'll just crack on and show you. So this is shade 12 Pearl. It looks like that. And I'm going to actually take that on the e.l.f. pencil brush. Now what I'm just going to do is just above my crease, I'm just going to layer that on. And this is beautiful. It's in the pan it looks like a silvery shade, but when you put it on, it looks like kind of a bronzy brown. So it's really beautiful. That's the thing with MUA shadows, they're so easy to work with and they're just so pigmented. So you don't actually need that much of it. So I'm just going to, I'll put that as just above my crease, just in there. I'll just bring it around so that awful flare off there now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the E25 brush and just blend that up a little bit. So just kind of circular motions in your kind of socket and blend it up into the highlight. And that just leaves it a slightly less stark contrast when you go in with the darker colours. So that's how that kind of looks there then. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the Pearl shade again, and I'm going to take the e.l.f. just the regular eyeshadow brush. And just go into the inner corners of my eye with that. Just give it kind of a little bit of a highlight on the inner corner. And then what I'm going to do is take shade 14. Oh, and I nearly dropped it. That would be disastrous. So shade 14. And I'm just going to apply that kind of over the whole eye. It's such a gorgeous colour. It's kind of, it's so unusual. It's like a black with a bottle, a very, very, very light bottle green going through it. It just gives, it gives you that dark look without being black. So if you're afraid of kind of going for pure black, I would suggest this MUI eyeshadow because it's just beautiful. So I've done that all over the eye there now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in again with the E25. Actually, when I done the first, I should have used that one, but I didn't. I'm so used to using this, and that one's only a new brush. So I'm going to go back in with the E25 and just kind of blend that up and out. Just kind of making your eye dark already. And then, rather than going under my eye with the black, I'm going to take the pencil brush again and I'm going to still stick with 14. I'm going to take that in from the corner under the eye. And just bring it in slightly to meet the white. So as you can see, that's kind of smoked out underneath my eyes a little bit. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shade 15, which is the basically it's like a pearly black. And I'm just going to take that on the pencil brush again and just go right into my crease. Just blend it as you're using the pencil brush. Kind of use the pencil brush as you would with a blending brush. So same kind of circular upward motions. I see there that's kind of just darkened that socket out a bit. Do that on the other side. I absolutely love dark eyes. I'd wear my eyes like this every day if I didn't think people would look at me funny. They would. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the little blending brush again and just blend that black a bit more. It's all the way you hold your face, isn't it what I always said? Or your nose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back in with, I'm going to change my brush and get another one. And I'm going to go back in with that white. Just a teeny weeny bit. See that black might just darken it down a little bit. And then just do that. Kind of flick it out a little bit. So it just gives the insides of your eye that little bit of sparkle. That's it. And now as you can see, the brown, kind of the more browny shade up here, it stops being quite so stark. Like if I had used black the whole way up, it would just look like my whole eye was just kind of black. So I think that just kind of warms it up and just blends it out into the highlight a little bit nicer. So that is the shadow on. And then what I'll do, I'm using Elf's eyeliner. Now it's quite good, but I probably, if I was going out, I probably would use my MAC one, but just for budget's sake, I went with the Elf one, and I'm also just using my MAC. That's that old, the number's gone off it. It's that one, 220 or 2 something or other. It's that one. And I'm just going to dip it into the pot there, and I'm going to line my waterline and my upper lash line. This will just give it that kind of starkness. And I always hate doing my liner because you can have your eyes looking just perfect and then do your liner and boom. You have to start from scratch because you're gonna skew with it. So that's my waterline. And you can do flicks or whatever. I just can't get the hang of the flicks, so I can get it sometimes, and then other times I just ruin my eyes, so I don't bother. And as you can see, that just kind of gives your eye more definition. So that's your eyeliner done. And then you just left to curl your lashes and put on your mascara. So what I'll do is I'll just show you what kind of blusher and lipsticks I would wear with this as well. Probably not doing these for long enough, but don't want you sitting there looking at me just going dum dum dum. So that's actually the big lash brush, just in case you have never seen it. It's quite a cheap mascara. I know W7 is quite cheap, so but it's quite good as well. I enjoy using it. And what would be lovely with this as well would be some false lashes, but I'm no good at them. Another thing that can ruin an eye look. It can also make them, but so that is my finished eye. And that would be what I would wear out, but it's just an easy way to bring a daytime look into a nighttime look. So just always think of going quite dark in the crease, maybe a lighter colour up towards the highlight, and then a lighter colour in your inner corners. So what I would wear with this is, because it is quite dark, I would wear a lighter blush. What I have is a blush and brighten. It's a Laura Geller blush and brighten, and this one is in apricot berry. And for the time of year, it's a lovely shade. And I'll just show you, it goes on quite sheer. I use the Elf stipple brush for my blusher, but like it goes on quite sheer. You're not going to see too much, but it'll just give your cheeks that little bit of a highlight. And then lipstick wise, I would probably use a nude. Now I wouldn't be able to pull off something quite as nude as this, but I would probably use Cream Cup or something. But what I'm just going to pop on is Gosh Darling, which is a super nude, but a lot of people could pull this off. It doesn't feel right on me, but for the sake of the tutorial. So that kind of, when you're see, it just doesn't suit my lips, but when your lips are done nude, it makes your eyes pop that little bit more, do you know. So that's the finished look. I'll get rid of the mirror now. And that would be what I would wear kind of on a night out. Just that little bit dramatic. You could wear a red lip. I actually would probably team with a red lip myself, but some people are scared of red, like I'm scared of nudes. But that's it. If you have any more tutorials you want me to give a whirl, let me know. And thanks a million for watching. I'll see you in the next one.